We counted down the top 25 fighters in mixed martial arts right now under the age of 25. Why did we come out with it this week? Well, Maycee Barber, who's someone who's talked about being, the youngest champion in UFC history, she competes on Friday against Jillian Robertson. Both of those individuals are on that list. Angela Lee just fought this past weekend. Christian Lee, I believe we have the top 10, right? Do we have the top 10?
Here's 10 through 6.
Here's 10 through 6. That's Corporate Jake speaking. So 10 through 6. Here you go. 10, Ricardo Ramos. 9, James Gallagher. 8, Song Yadong. 7, Jimmy Crute. 6, the aforementioned Maycee Barber. So that's 10 through 6. Do we have 5 through... Oh, okay, here we go. Tied for 4, Aspen Ladd and Nasrat Hakparasat. 3, Edmund Shabazian. 2, Sugar Sean O'Malley. Where have you gone? Hopefully coming back soon. You can see the entire list over at ESPN.com/MMA. But number one is the undefeated 15-0 phenom fighting for Bellator. That man right over there, AJ McKee, number 1. How does it feel, my friend?
It's one step closer to the many accomplishments and achievements that I have that I'm looking forward to accomplishing. It's been such a short journey, but yet such a long journey at the same time. It's pretty crazy. Did
you even know that you were at the top of this list?
Honestly, no. I kind of I'm looking forward to winning this $1 million tournament, and really going at it. Showing the world what I'm capable of doing. I kind of played the last few years of my career, so just sitting down and really grinding. Really putting in 110%. It's phenomenal to see what I'm doing. I told my dad before the last fight, I was like, yo, I'm going to get Bellator's fastest knockout. And I was a second short, but it's just speaking what you want into fruition, knowing you have your team, your family, and God behind you, and just going and getting the job done.
Wow. So you were actually, your last fight, you ended in 8 seconds, knocked out Georgi Karakhanyan. You were actually gunning for the record. You knew what the record was and you were trying to break it.
Yeah, I have it on record and everything. I recorded it all. I told my dad, I was like, this is it. It's funny. When I knocked out Macappa, I almost bet Mike Hogan his AP watch. I was like, yo, bet this ain't going past the first round. And sure enough, 69 seconds in, it was over with. So it's just knowing what your mind is capable of doing and getting the job done. And, man, I'm starting to figure some things out, starting to see footwork, read footwork. There's a whole nother side of this game that a lot of people don't see. And I'm starting to figure it out, and it's showing.
Now, what do you mean when you say the last couple of years you were playing and now you're taking things a little more serious? What do you mean by that?
I mean, I think we can all just say the mindset of a 21-year-old kid coming out of college, partying and just living life versus, okay, this is what I need to do. This is my job. This is working out 3 times a day, putting in the extra, putting in that above and beyond, So my dad has to literally ask me to stop training now. Like,
wow.
I'm literally in the gym all day. Like, I'm literally at the gym right now. From here, I'm gonna go to Metroflex, go to other gym, do some cage work. It's like a drug, man. You gotta live it, eat it, breathe it, and sleep it. You gotta make it your lifestyle if you expect to be the best and compete at the best.
Now, the last fight was super special because not only did you get that 8-second knockout, but your dad, of course, the great Antonio McKee, fought on the undercard. Both of you won. Very special to have father-son fighting on the same card. And you were in his corner for that fight. What were the emotions? What were the thoughts going through your mind as you're cornering your dad? Not only are you cornering your dad, but you're about to fight in like an hour and a half. What's going through your mind during that stretch?
It was surreal. If he lost, it showed me, hey, you have a job to go do. If he won, it just set the tempo, and he went out there and finished the guy. And man, it set that tempo. So right when we got in the back, man, I had OT in the back. My boy came to visit me. I had the energy just in that arena at the Forum was surreal, man. I had everyone there for me, everyone with me. So I knew I had a job to do, and I said I wanted to start the tournament off with a loud statement. And what better way to start it off than with an 8-second knockout?
Was that the first time you were ever in your dad's corner?
Being over the age, yes. I cornered him a couple times when I was younger, probably like 15, 16. But that's different, being older, really seeing what the sport's about and how people can get hurt. It's crazy, Him being 49 years old, damn near 50, and he still trains with us every day. It's phenomenal. He's a one of a kind person, genuine just athlete. So he's just a loving person. You know, anyone that knows my dad, he's a straight shooter. He, some people don't like him because he's too much of a straight shooter, and that's just Pops. There's a little brother, Mason.
Hey, what's up? That's your bro?
Yeah, that's the future, man. He's already pulling guillotine chokes at 2.
Wow. So
Yeah,
something
it's
for him
crazy.
to shoot for because his brother is doing so well. Do you want to see your dad continue to fight, or are you good now?
Definitely. You know, he still wants to go fight. I think he's got a couple more in him. With this $1 million tournament being right now, maybe after the tournament, you know, I think this is a substantial amount of money. So let's continue to take it serious and go full force into it and use both of our skills. You know, his coaching ability and hands-on grappling ability. I've never met anyone with the knowledge in the sport that he has. A lot of people don't realize what he does on the ground. His jiu-jitsu is actually pretty good, but his stand-up's even better. He reads movement really well, and a lot of people they're just ordinary basic fighters. 1, 2, 3, jab, cross, hooks. So he's kind of switched the game up. You know, he takes his coaching, he'll let you do what you do and then add to it instead of trying to teach you his way. And that's hard to come by nowadays, man. That's literally coaching. That's literally helping people evolve. And I feel that's just what life's about, you know, helping people evolve.
You're a much different fighter than he was. Like at times he was criticized as, oh, like decisions and grind you out. You're going in there and starching guys in 8 seconds. Was that a conscious decision on your part? Like, I don't want to be anything. You don't fight like your dad. You're not the same kind of fighter. The apple couldn't have fallen farther from the tree in this particular regard. And that's no knock on your dad. You just have a different style. You're flashier. You know, you're a bit of a showman. Was that a conscious decision, or is that just you and this is how it all has evolved?
Well, I had to learn something at a young age. This is entertainment. As much as it is a sport, this is entertainment. Back in the day when my dad, Hoist, and all these guys were fighting, they're fighting for $50. They're fighting in wrestling shoes and gi. So for him, with his wrestling background, one sec, Mace, he found the smartest way to take care of his body and be safe. And for him, hey, that's why he's 49 years old and he can still compete at his age. I'm sure if he was making the money I was making, he would go fighting a little different. For me, I have the wrestling, but I've been a street fighter. I've been a fighter. I just love to fight. So it's a supply and demand for me. I'm trying to give the fans what they want, which is a good show. They give the organization what they want, and they give me what I want. So it's just keeping the fans happy and always interacting with them and giving back, you know?
So we did this top 25 list, and there's a lot of UFC fighters on this list. There's a lot of, you know, famous people on the list, but you're number one. And this was a panel that put this together. Are you surprised by this? Because let's be honest, sometimes the Bellator guys don't get the attention of the UFC guys. Are you surprised that you got the number one spot, or would you have been almost like insulted? Everyone under 25, like, of course I'm number one. I'm 15-0. I'm beating guys in 8 seconds. Of course there is no other choice.
I mean, it kind of caught me by surprise, honestly. I wasn't expecting it just because I know how some people think UFC is more superior than Bellator. And I think one day I'll show that that's not the case, that the fighter makes the organization. And it's about the skill, you know? It's about the skill, and people have to respect it at the end of the day regardless. For me, man, I got many goals. My first goal, cashing in $1 million check. I wrote myself $1 million check when I was 12. So having that being able to be accomplished and conquering my first world title at the same time it's phenomenal, man. I'm looking forward to doing it, and I can't wait. People just stick around and enjoy the show.
You wrote yourself $1 million check when you were 12? Why?
Yeah. I want to be a millionaire, man. Who doesn't want to be a millionaire, bro? You know? So
do you still have that check?
I do. My dad has it.
Wow, that is amazing. What a story. That you got to bring that check with you when you fight for the $1 million.
Dude, Pitbull knows it's coming. That's why he picked that opposite side of the bracket. But hopefully he's got some time to get prepared and try to pull something out of his bag of tricks.
How did you feel about how that whole draw went? Did you like being a part of it? Do you think it was successful?
Honestly, I was nervous. At first, I was shitting bricks.
Why?
Because I wanted, like, pick number 4. You know, I wanted the bracket to be cushioned, and I just wanted to go in there and be comfortable and pick. But then I've always remembered, like, number one's my lucky number, man. And it's like, you're the one, you know? I know I'm that one. And when I drew number one, I said, fuck it, let's have some fun. You know, let's see who wants this fight. And when I picked Derek Campos, well, he picked me. I already knew he would, when he drew his number, I knew it was coming. It was kind of surprising having Emmanuel Sanchez duck me like that, but it's not the first time nor the second time he's ducked me. So it's all good. A lot of these guys, you know, I told them I smell fear on them. I'm looking forward to just going in there and making examples, man. 8 seconds, 69 seconds. I'm looking for a finish every round of the tournament. I'm really looking to just make loud statements. No one's even seen my groundwork. I don't even have a belt in jiu-jitsu, but I guarantee you I'll tap a lot of browns out, a lot of purples, blacks. I'll catch anyone, man. I'm such a scrambler. No one's really got to see any of my ground game. So who knows, man? In the future, hopefully some guys get bold and try to take me down and see where AJ McKee's ground game is.
Should AJ McKee be considered the face of Bellator?
Yes, definitely. Hands down. All fights have been finished. I think out of my 10 finishes, 7 or 8 in like the first round. I'm the face of Bellator for sure. It doesn't matter who they put in front of me at this part. In this moment of my career, I'm gonna run through them. I'm on another level, and I'm just now starting to actually see what I'm doing. You know, my dad's consistently told me, he said, dude, by the time you figure out what you're doing, he's like, it's going to be too late. You're going to be light years ahead of people. And I'm starting to read footwork. I'm starting to read movement and set people up. It wasn't just, oh, I knocked Georgi out in 8 seconds. I threw a jab at Georgi, saw what Georgi did. He was uncomfortable. He was standing southpaw. He switched back to orthodox. So I said, okay, I'm going to throw the jab across. I said, I'm going to throw the jab again, and I'm going to fire a left hand from hell. And I just thought, get it there. As soon as I got it to his chin, turn the punch over, and that was all she wrote. It was like white on rice after that. I was on him.
I love it, man. I love everything that you're doing. You're a great showman. You're a great fighter. It's a lot of fun watching you fight. Like when you're on the card, always have to make a point to watch you. And you and your dad didn't disappoint just a couple of weeks ago. So congrats on the win. Congrats on everything you're doing. Congrats on getting the #1 spot on our poll there. #1, under 25, 24 years old, turning 25 in April. So you are the top dog in our opinion. Enjoy that, and good luck December 21st against Derek Campos in Hawaii.
Yes, sir.
Hello, everyone. It's Ariel Helwani. I just came here to thank you for watching our ESPN YouTube channel. It's the best. You know what else is the best? The ESPN app. You can get highlights, analysis, all that stuff and more. And if you want premium content and live streaming sports, there's only one place for all of that. It's ESPN Plus.